Many of you young men believe that confidence is about external factors. Many of you think it's about looks. If I was more attractive, I'd have more women. If I had a better body, if I was in better shape, I'd be more confident. Or if I had success or money, if I drove the nice car, if I wore the nice clothes, had the nice jewelry, right? Then I'll have more confidence. Maybe if I was talented or I had some type of natural ability. If I was a good athlete, if I was a great musician, if I was in a band or something like that, then I'll have more confidence. Or better yet, you do the whole alpha male thing. You're the loudest one in the room. You think you can whip anybody's ass. You're extra aggressive or cocky. But what if I told you those things are not real confidence at all? And there was a way to build real, genuine, true confidence in yourself. Not based on all that external stuff, but based on deep-seated belief in your own personal strengths that you develop by doing these things I'm about to tell you about now. Listen, guys, and this is a fact. I had all of that stuff in my 20s. I had the nice cars. I had the jewelry. I had the good job. I was making a lot of money. I was well built. I was tall. I was attractive. I was well known in gym circles. I worked construction, so I was like the man's man type of guy. And you know what? That looked confident. But the reality of it is I had no real confidence at all. It was all a facade. It was all for show. And it wasn't until I started doing these 5 things that I'm going to discuss with you in this video that I discovered where real confidence comes from. The first thing I did, young men, is I stopped seeking external validation from people. Listen, when I was back in my 20s, and guys, you really have to understand that before I got into the gym, I was just kind of a fat kid, right? I really didn't have any real self-esteem or self-confidence. I get into the gym and seemingly overnight, well, it wasn't overnight, maybe about a year or so, I really got in shape, really got my body together. And all of a sudden, women that paid me no attention before was all of a sudden paying me attention. I would go into clubs and bars and I was the center of attention. I was a big dude and people noticed that. And I got a ton of comments and compliments about how I looked. If I'm going to keep it a perfect buck, I was buying clothes and cars, rims on my car and doing all kinds of stuff, but it wasn't for me, man. I was doing that for other people. I wanted them to I wanted them to ooh and ah over me. I wanted them to tell me, ooh, you look good, or, oh man, that's sharp. It wasn't for me, man. I was getting my confidence from other people's validation. So everything in my life around that time that had anything to do with confidence, it was about getting that from somebody else or something else. That's the first thing I had to start doing. The second thing, young men, the second thing I did, young men, is I started taking action in my life, even if I was scared, right? Up until this point, young men, the gym had been my refuge. It was my comfort place. It's all I ever did. And you can understand why, right? I got a lot of validation in there, so that was comfortable for me. I didn't want to branch out and do anything else. So because that was kind of my identity, the ideal of doing something else or doing something new was terrifying to me. And the only thing that I had any real confidence in was the gym. So I had to start doing new things. This is around the time where I started reading a lot of self-help books. This is around the time where I actually got into therapy. This was around the time that I started thinking for the first time what I really wanted to do with my life outside of what I've been told to do, get a good job, go to school, that type of stuff. I started doing new things in spite of being scared. And that increased my confidence in myself. Number 3, young men, I started keeping promises to myself. Young men, real confidence comes from knowing you're going to do what you say, knowing that you can trust you. Looking back on it, man, if I couldn't trust anything in my life, it was the fact that I was going to go to the gym when I said I was going to go to the gym. I don't care if I was dead or dying. If I said that I was going to train on a particular day, I did that. I had trust in that. I had confidence in that. The only problem is I didn't have any trust or confidence in anything other than that. So I had to branch away from the gym and I had to start keeping commitments, whether it be with my job, whether it be with school. You know what? I'm not missing class this week. I'm not missing work just because I don't feel like it. I'm going to get up every morning at a certain time. I'm going to work on this project that I said I was going to do. The thing about it is, I said I was going to do it and I kept my word. And it wasn't about other people. It wasn't about validation. This was about keeping my word to myself. You will build tremendous confidence in yourself once you know you can trust yourself. This is exactly why I made the 30-day success routine PDF for you guys. It is the same structure I give to my coaching clients to help them rebuild their confidence. This PDF will create the structure. It will fix the mindset that will help you keep your word to yourself. Link is in the description. Listen, if you're done guessing, this will be a great place to start. The fourth way, young men, that I learned to build real confidence at your age was being able to survive failure. Guys, once I got a little bit more confident, man, I was trying stuff left and right, and I failed at a lot of that stuff. But it was in those failures that I learned that I have the ability to get back up on my feet. It was in those failures that I learned that I was resilient, that I was really able to withstand pressure. So being able to know that you can withstand them, being able to know that you are resilient enough to handle whatever comes your way will absolutely build real confidence in you. Lastly, young men, weak body, weak self-image, right? Your self-image. I'm not talking about the validation of other people. I am talking about how you view yourself. You know if you are grossly overweight. You know if you are not in the gym. You know if you're not really taking care of yourself. You know that. So of course it's going to have an effect on your self-image. See, I'm talking about improving your body, getting it in shape and all of that stuff, not for the validation of other people. I'm talking about doing that so you feel good about you. Listen, for all of my misgivings in the gym and doing it for the wrong reasons and all of that stuff, guys, I felt pretty dang on good about myself, right? My confidence may have been a facade of some sort, but there was no question that as far as my body went, I felt good about me. The reality of it is, I didn't need anybody to tell me. I knew myself. I knew myself because I built my body. I took care of myself. I would approach women not because they gave me a compliment. I would approach them because I felt pretty dang good about how I looked because I took care of myself. Young men, it takes real confidence to go for that job interview. It takes real confidence to step to that young lady. It takes real confidence to stand up for yourself. And you will do none of that if your self-image isn't in check because your body is weak, because you're not in shape and you don't feel good about you. So getting your body in shape, not for anybody else, but for your own self-image will definitely increase your confidence. So listen, young man, if you're watching this thinking, yeah, I need that type of self-confidence, good, you're right, you do. But don't just nod, like the video, and then scroll on to the next one. You can actually join the free Discord I created where there are tons of young men trying to do the exact same thing that you're trying to do, trying to grow, trying to develop more confidence. We talk about everything in there: fitness, women, our wins, our losses. It is absolutely free for now, but after 100 people, it'll be a charge and it's growing fast. So definitely check that out. The link for that is in the description below. So you can start with the PDF. That's your structure. Or you can take it one step further and apply for one-on-one coaching. That's the commitment. Listen, real, long-lasting confidence will not be given to you. You have to build it block by block, brick by brick. And you can do that, young men, by following the 5 steps that I just gave you. All right? Listen, I am the Over 50 guy / the online dad. We'll be back with another one soon.